You say sorry before anyone even blames you, sometimes, before anything even happens. And the strange part is, you don't even notice you're doing it anymore. It slips out automatically. Sorry I'm late. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry, I just thought, well, even when you didn't do anything wrong, even when they were the one who crossed the line. And afterward, there's this quiet feeling, like you just made yourself smaller to make the moment easier for everyone else. You don't call it a problem. You call it being polite, being aware, being good. But there's a reason it feels deeper than that. Because over-apologizing isn't really about manners. It's about anticipation. Your brain is scanning constantly for tension, for shifts, for the slightest sign that something might go wrong. And before it does, you step in with a soft, preemptive sorry. Not to fix what happened, but to prevent what might happen. Because somewhere along the way, you learned something subtle. That peace wasn't something you could trust. It was something you had to maintain. And if something broke, even slightly, it felt like it might be your fault. This didn't come from nowhere. For a lot of people, it started early, in environments where emotions were unpredictable or reactions felt bigger than the moment deserved. Maybe you learned that. Speaking up caused friction. Having needs created distance. Or being too much made things harder for everyone. So your brain adapted. It built a quiet system, a kind of emotional early warning radar. This is what psychologists call hypervigilance. Not anxiety in the loud, visible sense, but a constant low-level awareness of other people's moods, their tone, their silence, their energy, and when something feels even slightly off, you move to correct it, not by confronting it, but by absorbing it with a sorry, even when it doesn't belong to you. Over time, this becomes something deeper, not just a habit, but a kind of invisible guilt wiring, a background process running quietly inside you where responsibility stretches beyond logic. You feel accountable for things you didn't cause. You soften situations you didn't create. You apologize for space you have every right to take. And the hardest part is, it feels like who you are. You're the easy one, the understanding one, the one who keeps things smooth, but underneath that, there's a quieter truth. You weren't trying to be agreeable. You were trying to be safe. Because at some point, being blameless felt like protection. If nothing was ever your fault, then maybe nothing could be taken out on you. So your mind found a shortcut. Take the blame before it arrives. But here's the shift most people never see. Apologizing isn't always kindness. Sometimes it's self-erasure in a softer voice. In the moment you say sorry, when you've done nothing wrong, you quietly rewrite the story. You turn yourself into the cause of things you never created, and your brain learns. This is who I am, the one who adjusts, the one who absorbs, the one who makes it easier for everyone else by becoming less. But that was never your role. It was just the role that worked. And you don't have to rip it away. You don't have to force yourself to stop overnight. You don't even have to correct every sorry. Just notice it. The next time it slips out, pause for half a second and ask yourself quietly, was that mine to carry? Not to judge it, not to fix it, just to see it. Because the moment you start noticing, you stop disappearing automatically, and something small begins to shift. Not loudly, not all at once, just enough to remind you. You were never the problem. You trained yourself to apologize for. Do you apologize even when you didn't do anything wrong? Comment sorry if this felt a little too familiar.